Good evening. Today is June 7th. Just wanted to show you, I didn't bother recording putting the seeds in the ground because there's really not much to see when you put seeds in the ground. But I got my seeds today that I ordered from MI Gardener. So I got these crimson sweet watermelon. And they say they take 85 days to mature, which should be plenty of time. And I've put 5 here, just between the tomatoes and the onions and celery row there. On this other side, I've got 4 pumpkins planted in this spot. In this spot, I have planted, I think it's just pronounced Jarradale, and it's just like a whitish pumpkin. Now, the pumpkins I'm a little concerned about because it's probably, might have to harvest them early if I want them for decoration, or they might have to go right up until frost. Cat. Probably can't see it on here, but there's a cat that hangs out and goes under my house sometimes. Anyways. But it says that they take 95 to 100 days to mature. And when I was reading online about these particular pumpkins, the vine can get up to 30 feet. So I'm a little worried. I mean, the potatoes are right here. So I could always kind of tease those in between the potatoes and let them go off into the grass, which is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Otherwise, if worse comes to worse, I can just kind of send them down this way and out into the yard that way. We're just going to have to see what they do. I've never planted pumpkins before. So I don't know. I don't even know if they'll take. I put, for the watermelons, I put, actually for all of them, put 2 seeds in each hole, or, pretty close, within close proximity of each other. Jake actually did the watermelons, and then for the pumpkins, I did the same. And I just put compost that we had laying around it's been about a year. Most of it was broken down underneath, so I grabbed some of the compost underneath there and put that in the hole along with some fertilizer. So anyways, these last 2 holes, I've got a sugar pie pumpkin, and these actually say 90 to 110 days. And I don't think the vines are supposed to get quite as long, which is why I kind of put them on this side, so that, I think they'll be easier to probably contain when it comes to the longer vine. I figure have them closer to the yard to get out that way if I have to. But I do plan on trying to kind of snake them through the potatoes, if that's a possibility. I don't know, because I don't know how many vines are actually going to come off, the main branch, or however they grow. I think they grow like cucumbers, so they might have a couple vines sticking out. I'm not sure. I mean, you can see the celery is coming along. The onion is doing okay. We've had trouble with the mole over here again, which is pretty annoying. But it just comes out a little bit into the garden and stops like right there. It's not looking very good, and it kind of looks like an awful mess right now, so I've got some of that compost here. But I wanted to put some in there because, the stem on this poor guy is barely there. I mean, it's like half chewed through, but he's still surviving. So I figure if I just kind of backfill this cup with some compost, maybe that'll help it get new roots up the stem and survive. I don't know. But you can see the zucchini. This guy, somehow, he was planted over here, but he snaked his way through and got to the back of this planting hole somehow. But he was the biggest one. He was hidden under there. Most of them have germinated. I think I've only got 2 out of the 9 that are empty. Now when it comes to the cucumbers, they're also doing great. I think I planted, I forget how many, I think it was like 10. And every single one germinated, but one of them, I think the one that was in this area here, damped off for some reason. But the rest of them are growing well. They're all poking up, and then also the nasturtiums are starting to come up with them. So everything's looking good on that end. I keep pulling this grass back to peek so that I can let them out. The beans, on the other hand, we have 2 beans that are up and doing well. And I think here is where I dug out a bean just to see, like, if they got eaten somehow or something. But it wasn't in there. It just hasn't grown up yet. But the bean has definitely swollen up, and it's sending a little shoot out. And here's the other bean that is up right now. So I'll have to just keep checking these. As soon as this bean emerges, if I don't see any other beans emerging, then I'm just going to start soaking beans to replace them. The peppers are doing really well. Where's that long one? Right here. Like, it took no time for it to get to this size. And now it's like been stuck on that size for almost like a week. So it's kind of funny. But we got some other little peppers growing. You can see. And hopefully I'll be able to tell the difference, since it was a varied pack that just had, you know, sweet peppers in it. So I'll just have to find out if they come out different colors, because so far they all seem pretty like lime greenish, like all of them. But I don't know, maybe this guy's a little darker. It's hard to tell. And of course these guys are starting to do really good. I mean, it's got all new growth on it, which is good, because this was like really rough looking. Even this one's starting to get new growth. This one was, I wasn't sure this guy was going to come back at all, but he's trying. He just, for some reason, the soil in his pot really hung on to water, and I didn't realize it right away. I was watering him along with everybody else. Now these ones that were in the smaller pots actually did better. I mean, it's a little rough looking, but he's got all kinds of new growth happening. And yeah, the rest of these, I mean, they're definitely getting some good growth on them and developing their little flower buds, so I'm happy about that. Especially these red bells, because I'm kind of curious, side-by-side comparison, how they'll do. Because when I planted the red bell that I bought from the store last year, it was not a hybrid. It was an heirloom, but it was just had red bells, so I don't know. It was much bigger than the California Wonder peppers, so I'm just kind of curious to see if that's just how it is, that it's going to have bigger peppers, or if it was just because the plant was so much further along. The tomatoes are getting really big. I still haven't taken these water jugs in yet, because there's a place in the garage that I need to clean out. Because they were just being stored in the pantry, and I kind of like that they're not in there right now. So I don't really want to put them back. Here's a look at the brassicas. They're kind of finally starting to spread their wings. They're also getting darker green because if you remember, most of them were like yellow, like those leaves on the top, but they're all growing in dark green. And a lot of the leaves that were yellow are starting to turn green again, so pretty happy about that, but it does look like something chewed that. What the heck chewed it? I mean, this isn't completely bug-proof, as you can see. Stuff gets in here, like whatever the heck that thing is. And there's always flies in here. Why we got so many flies? But I opened this earlier and tried to scrape in here with my little weeder tool, but it was really hard to get in here, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all those weeds. Look at them all. Especially to try to go through the top of this without hitting any of them. Which, is that what happened to that? I don't remember hitting that guy, but maybe I did. Seems kind of sketch, especially now that I see that hole right there. So there's something in here that's eating leaves. Probably from the soil that we put in here. I swear you can't just keep everything out, no matter how hard you try. The little daisies are doing good. The bee's balm. That little bee's balm, I don't know why this one, like I said, it got chewed down by something last year, like completely taken down. I kind of wonder, like I blamed the vole, but it was left sitting on the ground, so I kind of wonder if it wasn't one of those stupid leaf cutter things. Because the vole the vole took down a couple of our bean plants that way, just sheared it right to the ground. But, I mean, it viciously attacked it. We had it we put out a little camera out there to catch it, to see what was eating it, and it was a vole, and it attacked it like a pit bull or something, you know? It was really weird to see. Strawberries are doing good. We've already got over a pint off them so far. We're gonna make strawberry shakes tonight. Poor crabapple. I don't know if it's gonna make it or not. I scraped one of the branches toward the top just to see, and it is green, but that can be deceiving because I had a beautiful purple maple right where that apple tree is now. My parents got it for me for my birthday, and we put it in the ground. It was quite large. It was probably 15 feet tall, quite a spread, beautiful tree. And it looked like it was doing well. It overwintered, the spring came, it got leaves. The leaves started to droop. Wasn't really sure what was going on. You know, did the little scrape test on the branch and it was green. And then, I don't know, a month later the tree was completely dead. I have no idea what happened to it. It dropped all of its beautiful purple leaves and was done. We had to dig it out. One last look. Beautiful sunset. Barely see it from here now. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. God bless.